Professor Mahendra Gaikwad, JSPM Mira Technical Campus, Department of Mechanical Engineering. So today I am going to explain the experiment which is related to the dynamic of machinery subject. So the experiment title is nothing but the determine natural frequency of transverse vibration using FFT analyzer. So here you can see that transverse vibration. We are familiar with the various types of vibrations. It might be free vibration, force vibration, torsional vibration and transverse vibration. So transverse vibration is nothing but we can using a beam with the use of a beam whose one end is fixed and other end is free. So under such condition we are going to determine the transverse vibration experiment. So as far as concerned with this experiment, let us discuss the construction part of this experiment. So here you can see that a frame is attached and on that frame you can see a control unit is attached. So control unit is nothing but the adjusting various control on this experiments. So here you can see that a dimmer. So dimmer is attached to control the speed of the motor. Here we are considering the motor and this car there which will start to rotate. So I will try to rotate, it will start to rotate. Okay. So on this, once I will start to rotate this motor, you can see that a beam, a cantilever beam, okay, it will start to oscillate. Okay. So on this cantilever beam, I have attached an accelerometer, and this accelerometer connections are given to the FFT analyzer unit. So this FFT analyzer unit, where we can determine the experimental frequency. Okay, where we can determine the experimental frequency. So depending upon various numbers of speed, we can determine three numbers of oscillations. Okay, so what are those oscillations? I will explain in the terms of calculation part. Okay, so here you can see that one knob is there, and below that knob you can see the spring is attached. So these attachments are provided to adjust the particular rotations of this motor. Okay. So this was about the whole construction detail. On this FFT unit we can determine the experimental natural frequency. So now three kinds of frequencies became obtained. Various three modes of frequency become obtained at a various numbers of. So here you can see that. So there are various three oscillations become observed. So first oscillation where the beam tries to first oscillation you can observe various mode shapes of this particularly beam. Okay. So the shapes of the mode shape, under that mode shape you can determine the experimental frequency. Okay. So let us come back to the calculation part. Okay. As far as concerned, here we are determining natural frequency of transverse vibrations. So this is the theoretical calculation for determining the natural frequency. Once we have calculated the experimental natural frequency with the use of FFT, here we can determine the theoretical calculations. So I have told that beam, that is cantilever beam, whose dimensions are very important from calculation part of view. That beam we have considered as a length, width and thickness. Length we have considered as a 0.3 meter, width we have considered as a 0.01, 0.009 meter, and thickness 0.002 meter. So with the use of these parameters, we determine the mass moment of inertia, that is nothing but 1 upon 12 dt. So substitute the value of width and thickness, we can determine the mass moment of inertia as 1.26 into 10 raised to minus 11 meter raised to 4. Second thing, cross section area of that beam we need to determine. Okay, so that beam is when it is fixed and other is fixed. That cross section area we determined as b into t. Substitute the values of width and thickness. It is nothing but 3.8 into 10 raised to minus 5 meters. Coming back to the important parameter, that is Young's modulus of that material of that beam, depending upon the material. So the beam material we are using as steel, so its Young's modulus will be 210 gigapascal, and here is the density of that material is 780 kg per meter. Okay, so these are the important parameters. So first mode shape we have observed that the figure itself will indicate the first mode shape. The beam will try to pull in the upward direction. So this is the first mode shape, and depending upon the first mode shape, we can determine omega. So that omega is nothing but 1.875 under root of E upon rho AL raised to 4. So length of the beam is already there. Substitute the value E value is there, substitute I value we have determined, okay, and determined angular speed, that is nothing but in terms of radian per second. Once we have determined the angular speed or velocity, what you can say, determine the natural frequency, that is nothing but omega upon 2 pi. So this is the calculated natural frequency of first motion. Similarly, we can determine calculated natural frequency for the second motion and calculated natural frequency for the third motion. But here the equation for the omega will change. Here we are going to use the 4.694 square under root of E upon 4 a raised to 4. So this is the second motion, and same equation, different equation we are going to implement for the case of third motion. Second motion, the beam will try to lift in the upward direction where the node N1 will be only be visible. For the third motion, we can obtain two different nodes. Okay, these are the fashions. Node positions are nothing but the various fashions which are obtained of the different speed. Okay, so we can determine natural frequency for the second and third case. After determining natural frequency, we can compare, that is experimental natural frequency determined with the use of FFT analyzer and theoretical means with the calculator. So it is observed that nearby less difference is obtained with the experimental and theoretical natural frequency. Okay. So this was the whole part for determining the transverse vibrations natural frequency. I hope you all are clear with this part of the concept. Thank you.